In this question, we've got a right-angled triangle having a perimeter of 120 meters. And we know that the hypotenuse is 6 meters longer than one of the sides. We want to know how long all the sides are. Okay, well, it's always good to start with a diagram. So here's our diagram of a right-angled triangle. Now, we're going to let x be one of the non-hypotenuse sides. So I'll let x be this side right here. Well, since the hypotenuse is 6 centimeters longer than one of those sides, we can say the hypotenuse is x plus 6. So we've got x and x plus 6. Hypotenuse is 6 centimeters longer than one of the sides. Well, we don't know really how to indicate that third side yet, so we'll introduce the variable y, and we'll say, since we don't know, we'll say this is just y. So we've got x and x plus 6, and then that other side length y. Well, we know the perimeter is 120. They told us that for a reason. So x plus 6 plus y is equal to 120. Simplifying the left-hand side, we get 2x plus 6 plus y equals 120. Well, we can isolate y and say y is equal to 120 minus 2x minus 6. Okay? And when we simplify this a little bit, we get y equaling 114 minus 2x. So really, we don't have to think of this as y, we can think of it as 114 minus 2x. Okay, there we go. Now we have an opportunity to use the Pythagorean theorem. X squared plus 114 minus 2x quantity squared will equal the hypotenuse squared. Okay, it's like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, well, this is simple enough. This is simple enough to expand. This will take a little bit of work, but what we get when we do it is x squared plus 12,996 minus 228x minus 228x plus 4x squared equaling x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 36. See, when we expand this 114 minus 2x times 114 minus 2x, we get this long expression here. Okay? Well, what we want to do now is simplify the left side and the right side. On the left-hand side, x squared plus 4x squared is 5x squared. Negative 228x minus 228x is negative 456x. And we still have positive 12,996. On the right-hand side, we have x squared. We also have 12x, and we have 36. Well, we can subtract x squared, subtract 12x, and subtract 36 from both sides. And that'll leave us with 4x squared minus 468x plus 12,960 equaling 0. And now, of course, it's time for us to factor. And we want to find out what the zeros are. Well, the first thing we want to do when we factor is common factor first. CFF stands for common factor first, and CFF is your BFF. Okay? Well, when we common factor out of 4, we get x squared minus 117x plus 3,240. We want two numbers that multiply to 3,240 and add to negative 117. Well, a little trial and error will tell us that the numbers are negative 45 and negative 72. So either x minus 45 equals 0, which means x is 45, or x minus 72 equals 0 and x is 72. Well, one of these is extraneous, and the one that's extraneous is x equals 72. The reason x equals 72 is an extraneous root is because we only have 120 centimeters total. So if we used up 72 of them on this side right here, if we let that be a 72, then we would only have 48 centimeters total for these two guys. But if we only have 48 centimeters total for these two guys, then this one is the longest side. And we can't have that because this is the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse would be shorter, and that's no good. A second reason it's extraneous, you only need one, but a second reason it's extraneous is we remember that y is equal to 114 minus 2x. Well, if x is 72, 114 minus 2x would equal 114 minus 2 times 72, which would be 114 minus 144, which would be negative 30. So if we let x equal 72, this side length is negative 30, and we can't have that, so that one's no good. So this is an extraneous root, x equals 72, but this one is not. X equals 45 is valid. If x equals 45, then x plus 6 is 51. We have a 45 and a 51. And if x equals 45, 2 times 45 down here is 90, 114 minus 90 is 24. So we have 45, 51, and 24, and that's valid. So if x equals 45, x plus 6 is 51, or 114 minus 2x is 24, and we can say the side lengths are 24 centimeters, 45 centimeters, and 51 centimeters.